Boar's Head is bringing a slice of Japan to the deli. Introducing Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. Tender, slow-roasted chicken breast, coated in our signature teriyaki glaze, where ginger, garlic, and a hint of brown sugar meet for a flavor that's both sweet and savory. New Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. The bold flavor of Japan. Now at the deli. Only from Boar's Head. Compromise elsewhere.
Blog Talk Radio.
Well, good evening, folks, and thank you for tuning in with me once again to another edition of True Conservative Radio. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. I can see there's some people tuning in live with me, I see, and I want to thank you very much for tuning in. Folks, as you can hear by the sound of my voice, I am under the weather, and I know that's probably going to terrify most of you folks out there. I bet you most of you folks thinking, well, since he lives out there in Texas, it must mean he has the swine flu. Dun, dun, dun. And we're going to get into all that in just a second. But first and foremost, folks, I want to encourage everybody to please follow me on Twitter. Twitter.com/ghostpolitics, and of course, bookmark the official webpage of the blogtalkradionetwork.com/ghost official website. That's where we broadcast from. So please do all that. But let's go ahead and segue right into the crux of the topic, the crux of the matter. And it sounds to me like the swine flu is kind of being hyper-sensationalized by this ridiculous media. Now, I want to get into the whole swine flu, what I think it is, what I think it's doing, or if it's man-made or just some sort of mutation through some sort of flu strains coming together in some sort of infectious orgy of some sort. We're going to get into all that, folks, but let me tell you something. Right now, this swine flu is not as serious as everybody's making it out to be. I want everybody in America to stop being so hyper-sensational about it, okay? I'm living down here in Texas, and as you can see from me, all right, as you can see from me, I'm a little under the weather, all right? I've got a little bit of a runny nose. I've got a little congestion in my chest, and you might, hear me cough every now and then. But the bottom line is, folks, is that I'm not out here thinking, oh, God, I've got a little bit of the sinuses. I got a little bit of sinuses, so I got to go out there and go to the hospital. Well, that's a bunch of malarkey, folks. Why doesn't everybody just calm their ass down and start realizing what in the blue hell has happened here, okay? Swine flu. It came out like around, I first started hearing about it in the mainstream media about last Thursday. We started hearing about it popping up in Mexico. Well, how convenient, folks. We've been talking about it here on the Blog Talk Radio Network, or on the Ghost Show here on the Blog Talk Radio Network. We've been discussing how Mexico is on the verge of being a failed state. We've had a bunch of discussions about it. We've talked about it many a times on this radio program, that Mexico is about to be taken over by narcotics distributors down in South America that are basically running rampant, running roughshod in Mexico, recruiting a bunch of Mexican peasants to basically destabilize the government out there. I mean, it's a serious situation, and it jeopardizes the national security of America, and we've discussed this on this program many a times. And, of course, yours truly and everybody who's here on the program listening in, we've all called for something to be done. Something needs to be done about the failed state of Mexico. Well, I find it rather convenient, folks, that here we are, Mexico on the verge of being a failed state, and we have this mysterious swine flu pop its head up out of nowhere, and lo and behold, it's killing everybody in Mexico right now. Everybody in Mexico is dying. I understand that we do have one case where a 23-month-old little girl here in Texas became victim, or allegedly became a victim of the swine flu. But, folks, I think everybody needs to calm their asses down. This is not some kind of, airborne pathogen. These people out here, they're walking around out here in Texas with masks, for heaven's sake. They're out here walking around like it's a damn nursery, like it's a damn hospital, for Christ's sake. You have people with masks out here as if that's going to save them of some sort. Folks, this is not an airborne pathogen, okay? This is just something that people need to wash their hands. They need to be a little bit more hygienic. They need to be a little bit more clean. They can't be touching too many things. It comes down to dirty doorknobs, dirty handrails, dirty everything that, as you go out there and live your everyday life. If you go to work, I mean, folks, everything you put your hands on, somebody else put their hands on, and God knows what else. And, you know, you're putting it in your mouth, you're putting it in your eyes, you're rubbing your eyes, you're eating with it. So, folks, the bottom line is, let's stop hyper-sensationalizing this ridiculous swine flu, all right? People in America, once we start seeing deaths in America, and I'm talking about, you know, the type of deaths that we're seeing out here in Mexico, once we start seeing those types of deaths here in America, that's when we should start worrying. That's when we should start, you know, all of a sudden having the some sort of a pandemic response of some sort. But here you have the mainstream media shoving this down our throats, telling us that we have to rearrange our lives all of a sudden. Because, you know, 170 people are dying in Mexico because this supposed swine flu. Now, why are people dying in Mexico? Well, let's just go ahead and let's talk about Mexico for a second. Folks, I live down here in Texas. I've been to Mexico several times, many times, because, you know, it used to be a decent place to go to and conduct commerce in. It was a great place to vacation, but, folks, the narcotics drug lords have just completely turned that place into complete anarchy. You know, the chief of police in small towns in Mexico are being executed. Politicians' families are being killed. It's just a grotesque, horrific war zone out there in Mexico. And what we've talked about on previous programs, that the potential for a failed state out there is very, very highly probable. So all of a sudden, this swine flu, you know, it just puts its deadly head out in Mexico. Well, why is everybody dying in Mexico? Well, folks, Mexico, and with all due respect to the folks that are, you know, happen to be listening in from Mexico, or an illegal immigrant listening in the show, and you know, whatever it is, with all due respect, Mexico is a dirty a toilet bowl, with all due respect. I don't know how to be more polite about it. I mean, it is filthy. It is disgusting out there. It is notorious out here in Texas that if you're going to go visit Mexico, not to drink the water. Do not drink the water in Mexico. Don't eat any food in Mexico. It's notorious. We know it out here. Now, why would we say that? Why would we say, hey, you know, don't drink the water out there. Don't eat the food out there. Why would we say that? I'll tell you why we would say that. Because there's probably some damn human excrement intertwined with the damn drinking water out there in Mexico. Do you think they have the kind of water treatment plants like they do here in America? Hell no. All right? And then you got, you know, the damn food. I mean, who the hell knows how they raise their cattle, their swine, their damn chickens? I mean, who the hell knows what that crap's all about? So, folks, this is that's what I'm saying. This is not the cleanest place in the world, folks, and this is why people are dying out here. All right? This is why people are dying. And this is not an airborne pathogen. And people are in the chat room are asking, what's a pathogen? That means a germ that can infect your body, whether it's through the air or through surface or through skin contact, through fecal matter. It depends on what type of a pathogen it is. The path that it takes to get into your body, folks. And for all you morons, especially you idiots out here in Texas that are out here wearing masks, for heaven's sake, you should be all ashamed of yourselves. You're scaring the bejesus out of the children out here. You're making this stupid, ridiculous flu pandemic into something more than it actually is, for heaven's sake. Now that you've gotten my perspective on it, if you want to cure yourself from the flu, all right, if you don't want to pick up any kind of germs or anything, well, stock your ass up on antibacterial soap and wipe everything you touch. At least wash your hands once every half hour, for heaven's sake. And don't be kissing any prostitutes, for all you left-wing long hairs that are out there saying, oh, how do I get it? Don't be participating in any kind of sexual deviant activity. Now, how did this start? How did this whole swine flu epidemic start? Well, let's give a little bit of insight on what the hell the swine flu is, folks. I've done some research on it. And, of course, if you want to do some research on it, by all means, you're on the Internet. Go out there and read about it. But apparently, these are 3 different strains of flu that are in this mutation of the swine flu. All right? It is the human flu, obviously. It is, or it's the pig flu, the avian flu, and the regular human flu. Now, what these ass clowns on the media are trying to have me believe that these strains all of a sudden just met up somewhere, had some sort of a virus orgy, and mutated into some sort of a strain that all of a sudden is killing people. Now, if you want my personal opinion, folks, I don't think that's what happened at all. I personally think that the reason that it's hitting Mexico so hard, and the reason that we have so many deaths in Mexico, and I mean, you should see Mexico at this point. It's a ghost town. I mean, 3 or 4 weeks ago, we were seeing gun battles in the middle of streets out there in Mexico City's out there, and lo and behold, everybody doesn't want to go outside. Everybody's got, these stupid masks on their mouths. I mean, it has suppressed the whole concept of having these drug lords from South America attempt to destabilize the government. So, in essence, folks, this only reinforces the state's authority in Mexico. This only helps Mexico's government. So I don't think that this is I don't think this is a coincidence, folks. I'm not some sort of conspiracy theorist. You know that, and I know that, but folks, we're living in day and ages where, I mean, who in the blue hell knows what's going on, why it's going on, why things are happening? Who in the blue hell knows? But you got to take these types of situations and be critical about them. Now, folks, you and I know, all right? You and I know that we've been discussing the possible failed state of Mexico, which would be a critical threat to America's national security, folks. Critical. So how are we going to stop that when you've got drug lords recruiting peasants in Mexico to kill chiefs of police, to kill politicians' families, to kidnap folks? How do you combat this? Well, lo and behold, you've got some sort of pandemic, wink, wink, and all of a sudden, the whole damn country of Mexico is at a standstill. I mean, I don't know if you've been watching the reporting out there. Nobody's going outside anymore. I mean, 3 or 4 weeks ago, they were shooting each other in the streets. They were killing each other like savages out there. And now nobody wants to go outside because they're afraid to get the cooties. And once again, who benefits off this? Well, the country of Mexico, all right? The country of Mexico benefits off this. So I don't think it's a coincidence, folks. So, but as far as this pandemic, I keep hearing this word pandemic in the mainstream boob tube media. I keep hearing pandemic, pandemic, pandemic. This is not a pandemic, you ass clowns. All right? If it was a pandemic, there would be thousands upon thousands of people already dead by now. All right? I mean, if this was an airborne pathogen, I mean, which means if you were able to catch this through breathing it, there would be more people dead, and they'd be dead in their homes, they'd be dead on the street. It would be chaos, okay? So it doesn't mean this crap, all right? All right? It doesn't mean this crap. And here we got some farmer here saying that he raised pigs, and I don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm an idiot here in the chat room. Well, if you raised pig there, Farmer Joe, why don't you give me a call and let us in on how the strain of the swine flu came about, if you're such an expert. All right, I want to hear from O. McDonald over here, 646-652-4869. See, that's what I hate about, it's one thing, that's one of the things that I just despise about the chat room, is you've got a bunch of ass clowns out here that think they can get their little 15 minutes of fame, they flap their fat Cheeto-stained fingers on the keyboard, just so they can get a rise out of me. I mean, you tell me how these strains all came together, Mr. Farmer Joe. How in the blue hell did the swine flu strain and the avian flu strain and the human strain all come together and form this genetic mutation that we're now calling a pandemic? What? No, let me get this straight. This is what I'm just going to think of a scenario where this could have possibly happened. I'm just going to throw it out there, okay? You mean to tell me that some human who already had the flu must have, played with some bird, must have played or handled a bird, and must have played or handled a pig, and they must have all handled each other together, and somehow this flu mutation came about from the, do you understand this? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make one bit of sense whatsoever, and that's why these ass clowns, especially Pig Farmer Joe here in the chat room, is saying, oh, I don't think you know what you're talking about. I raise pigs. Stupid idiots. Give me a break. All right, now, like I said, folks, it's not a pandemic. Everybody needs to calm their ass down. All right, the bottom line is, folks, if you want to stay healthy, I strongly advise you to eat a lot of vitamins, eat a lot of fruits, vegetables, wash your hands at least, once or twice an hour. But wait a minute, if you're going to walk outside your house looking like Michael Jackson with a freaking mask on your face, you're ridiculous, all right? You're pathetic. You're probably one of the people that needs to be hit with a damn pathogen. Oh, I'm putting a little mask on my face because my life is so precious. I have to save my... You look like an idiot! You see, folks, I'm sitting here. I have been under the weather for the past 2 or 3 days, all right? I'm in Texas, and I'm out here saying, oh, my God, it's avian flu, it's swine flu, it's pig flu. No! Folks, let me tell you something. If there was a pandemic that hit America, you wouldn't even have the opportunity to react, you idiots. It makes me sick. We need to be focusing on serious issues out here, damn it. Don't get me wrong. If there's deaths that happen with this swine flu in America, if deaths start happening in America, well, by God, we need to figure out what the hell to do to stop this crap. And if you want my personal opinion, we should stop the illegal immigration. The illegal immigrants brought it in here. These idiots that take trips to Mexico on the weekend, these are the people that brought it into this country. This just goes to show all of you stupid liberal and feminist bull-dyke long-hairs that throwing this humanitarian spin on this immigration issue only infuriates this situation we're currently in. I just don't know what to say, folks. That's why I'm jaded. I'm jaded, for heaven's sake. It's unbelievable to me to hear the American people, oh, I don't want to catch swine flu. It's already been out for a week, folks. There's already been 170 people dead in Mexico. There's only been one reported death related to the swine flu. And, the whole information on that is sketchy. But, folks, don't you understand? Calm your asses down, is what I'm saying. If you want to stop the swine flu from getting to you, well, then wash your damn hands, all right? Stop touching your crotch or something. That's what I'm saying. It's just shut your mouth. And if you happen to be suffering from some ailment, all right, if you happen to be a little sick like I am, I got the sniffles, I got some congestion here, my throat's a little sore, and I've been under the weather for the past couple of days, don't construe that as the damn swine flu, you idiots. What kind of idiot are you? It just doesn't make any sense. This is the prime time of sinus season. This is the season where all the flowers, let off the pollen, all right? Let off the trees let off all the crap that they let off, and there's just all kinds of crap in the air, and there's going to be people sick. All right? That's all there is to it. Anyway, folks, I don't want to get off on this swine flu. I mean, it's still early and whatnot, folks, but I'm just telling you right now, this is not a pandemic. Calm your asses down, all right? I mean, we're going to get into what we should be worried about here in a couple of seconds. But, folks, once again, calm your asses down. Take the freaking masks off your face, all right? Wash your hands, all right? I mean, don't touch too many doorknobs or don't touch too many handrails or, don't touch too many toilets or anything of that nature. Just watch what you touch and wash your damn hands, all right? That's all there is to it. It's ridiculous. All right, I'm not, like I said, I'm under the weather, and I've got people in the chat room saying, oh, you could be dying of swine flu right now. Well, you know what? Who cares? All right? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense, folks. It's ridiculous. It's what it is. It's ridiculous, folks. I mean, the reason I know that I'm not suffering from swine flu is because, folks, everybody gets sick, all right? Everybody gets sick. And you know what? I mean, if it is the swine flu, it's not the damn swine flu, folks, all right? I wouldn't have this much piss and fury if they had the swine flu. Anyway, I want to hear from you. 646-652-4869. Calm your ass down about the swine flu, folks. Just wash your damn hands. All the deaths that have been happening have been in Mexico, and we all know that Mexico, with all due respect to the countrymen out there, it's a toilet bowl. I mean, it's a public urinal out there. All right? I mean, it's very dirty. I live out here in Texas. We know damn well not to go and drink the water or eat the food out there in Mexico. We know this crap. All right? I mean, the reason it's spreading around and people are dying out there is because it's just a dirty environment, folks. I mean, I don't know if you folks understand that Mexico is not the sophisticated metropolis as we think that we think it is. I mean, it's what people need to understand out here. It's a pretty dirty hellhole out here. I mean, if you go out there, it smells like a damn shit stall, at a public bathroom, at some carnival or something. I mean, I'm not trying to put down the country of Mexico. I hope they pick themselves up. I mean, once again, I know that this swine flu little epidemic here, I know that it reinforces the authority of the state of Mexico and the country of Mexico. So I hope that the government, now that it has this type of clout with the people once again, even though it took a biological epidemic, hopefully they can do something to rectify the situation out there in Mexico, folks, because it's disgusting, and that's why we got these damn illegals coming over here across the country, taking your jobs, taking your children's jobs, and taking away from the American economy. So let's go ahead and segue into the next part of the program, shall we? The first 100 days of Obama. Oh, yeah, let's go ahead. Yeah, woo! The first 100 days. It seems to me like 4 years already, folks. I mean, the type of legislation that has been implemented by this man, it seems to me like he's already been in there for 4 damn years. And I think it's rather funny, all right? I think it's rather funny here that we have Obama at this press conference. I don't know if anybody saw this little 100-day press conference. It was Obama's way of officially stamping his 100 days as some official victory for the liberal regime or something. But I greatly disagree. Obama. I mean, he made himself sound like everything was just going gravy. I mean, I didn't hear one question about the economy in this ridiculous 100-day press conference, all right? I didn't hear one. All I heard was some reporter from the BET reference the economy's and the stimulus package's effects on the African-American community. All right, that's all I heard about the economy. And of course, that's an important issue, but folks, the bottom line is that we need to start talking about this economy. We need to start talking about, hey, we already have the government in control of the banking institutions. We have the government in control of the insurance companies. We have the government in control of now the automobile industry. And now the liberal regime wants to take control of your health care. They want to make the bureaucratic decisions on whether you live or die, for heaven's sake. This is it. I mean, we have seen a systematic transition from what we knew of as the constitutional republic into something quasi-communist or socialist. It's just disgusting here. And I know that there are a lot of people out there that are going to disagree with me. I see people here in the chat room saying, oh, Obama's done such a great job. Well, we have the GDP numbers, the gross domestic product numbers, which means the, excuse me, the type of business that the United States is conducting on a whole. The gross domestic product dropped 6%, you idiots. That's $900 million. I mean, don't you understand, folks, that we need to start talking about issues that affect you and I? Yeah, but you see, this is why I'm so jaded. This is why the last show, when I was crying, or damn near crying, because I can't believe that America is more worried about their own damn decadence and their materialism and feeding their fat, jelly, bloated, prostate-infected asses than they are worried about preserving the American dream. I mean, you should all be ashamed of yourselves, all of you. All right? I mean, we got a $3.5 trillion budget that Obama's trying to initiate out here. We're going to leave our great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren with a debt that they're not even going to be able to pay. We have depleted the integrity of our currency. I mean, give me a break. Nobody wants to talk about this crap, right? They just want to talk about the first 100 days of Obama. Oh, there he is. It's Mr. Obama. He gives us hope and leaves out the drama. Give me a damn break, folks. And this is what makes me sick. This is what makes me furious. This is what makes me angry. This is what makes me want to scream, because I can't believe you. You idiot, I'm talking to you. I can't believe you are not doing anything to help this country survive. I can't believe you are not going out there and participating in your damn government. I can't believe you are sitting here and watching this country being flushed down the damn toilet. You piece of crap. What are you doing? This is not America! This is not America, folks. What this is some sort of quasi-communist socialist crap. And we've got the American people, they're eating it up. They're eating it up. They're eating it up like a fat jelly-ass artery-clogging double cheeseburger. They're eating it up like a double-sized Twinkie up in their fat jelly-ass holes. They're eating it up. They're eating this liberalism up. They've been infested with the liberalism and feminism. And they allowed this crap to happen. And I know that I'm breathing hard here. And I know that I'm sitting here and I'm angry. I'm angry. I'm angry because I miss America, damn it. Don't you understand it? This first 100 days of Obama has done nothing but implement this liberal regime. I mean, we have allowed this open raid on the American tax-paying system under the cover of this ridiculous stimulus package 2 nonsense. We have seen the ownership of private institutions being taken over by the government. The government is growing and growing, and it seems to me that the people just want it. They want it. And you know what, folks? I updated my blog, and if you happen to be listening live or in the archive, please take a look at that blog post that I posted today. ghostpolitics.blogspot.com. Take a look at that blog and take a look at the clip that I found of these philanderous slut bags that are out here hopping around from penis to penis. Let me just put it this way, all right? I found a clip of, a bunch of bimbos at some club that are out here, kissing each other, kissing every guy that they can see. I mean, I don't even want to talk about it because it's so filthy. It's so disgusting. I want you to see it for yourself, and I want you to take a look at that clip, and I want you to realize that that is the culmination of the feminist movement. That is the culmination of liberalism and feminism. Go out there. Take a look at it for yourself. Take a look at it right now. ghostpolitics.blogspot.com. Take a look at that clip. It's grotesque. It's ridiculous. But lo and behold, isn't that woman liberation, folks? Is that or is that not what these damn liberal and feminist bulldykes are out here trying to equate as woman liberation? It's just ridiculous. It's just absolutely disgusting. 646-652-4869. We're going to take some callers here. 918 area code, you're on the air.
Hey, how you doing?
How's it going?
Pretty good. I just wanted to ask you, why are you so angry?
What? Why am I so angry? Have you walked outside your doorstep, sir? I mean, have you seen the type of liberal and feminist filth that has infiltrated our social atmosphere, our communities? I mean, I told, and we had a show about this, 3 or 4 weeks ago, that today's modern America has surpassed the baby boom of the 50s. And 40% of those being born today are being born out of wedlock. So welcome to the new feminist and liberal America.
That's very true, but I mean, we still live in a pretty good country.
You think that everything's good right now?
I'm very close to one.
You think it's all right? How are you benefiting while there seems to be a lot of people suffering here? What's your secret?
Wait. I'm sorry. I think I misheard your question. What was your question again?
No, you said everything is pretty good right now. And I was just asking, how is it pretty good?
Well, the fact that I live in a country where if I have a medical emergency or my house catches on fire or someone is attempting to break in my house, I can pick up my phone and dial 3 numbers and someone will show up to my house very quickly.
Yeah, but you see, that's a worship big brother, worship big government attitude. We paid for that, damn it. They owe it to us. I mean, we paid for that in taxes. That's what I don't understand about the American people. They're like, oh, I'm so grateful that I can dial 911 and a cop can come. Hey, we paid for that crap. They shouldn't be thankful for that. They should be kissing our ass.
Well...
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I really don't know how to respond to that. I mean,
I'm just trying to say. Go ahead.
I understand it. The point that I guess I was really trying to make is that we've got it a lot better than a lot of the rest of the world.
I agree with that. I mean, but still, we are losing what we knew of as America. I mean, the American dream, the opportunity for somebody to be born in poverty and with persistence, patience, perseverance, and risk. I mean, they could make themselves a millionaire.
That's very true. And
I mean, you're not going to see millionaires anymore, sir. You know that. You're not going to see any more new millionaires. The millionaires that are millionaires after this economic crisis are probably going to be the last ones unless economic policy is changed by the next president, because I guarantee you Obama's not going to be around in the next 4 years because we're going to unelect his ass.
Well, the way I was raised in a very conservative household.
Look, sir, I understand, and I'm conservative as well. But we have to throw the gloves off here. I mean, these liberals have infiltrated our bureaucratic system of government. They have infiltrated the education system, the legislative branch, the judicial branch. It's no coincidence that a man can come in and find his woman getting a high hard one by the truck driver down the street, and instead of going out there and kicking both of their asses, which I think he has the moral right to do so, goes out and does the right thing, divorces. Well, lo and behold, the feminist and liberal justice system give the children to the philanderous woman.
Well, that's true, and you know.
And is that right?
That's you're very correct. That's an accurate statement. But I don't know.
Is that a positive step for America, though, sir?
No. Times are changing, and you can't deny that. I don't know if it's changing for the good or the worse, or if you know. I can't even put my thoughts into words. You have to excuse me.
Go ahead. Well, we want to hear from you. I mean, we want to hear what you got to say.
Damn, I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, I'm just saying, you know, you're saying we live in a great country, and don't get me wrong, I love this country. I love America. That's why I'm conducting this broadcast and trying to save, or at least trying to spark some synapses in people's heads to save what America was, the constitutional republic, where we were for freedom. Not out here trying to bow down to authoritarian liberalist and feminist doctrines.
Well, you know, I think the media has a lot to do with it. I really think that a lot of Americans voted for Obama because of the media, because Bush was portrayed in such a negative manner. You know, that's a lot of the driving force, and I don't know how you go about changing that.
Well, you know what, sir, and I want to thank you for calling. I think that what we need to do to change that is we need true American patriots to come out of their shells and get off the sidelines and get on the front lines out here and start participating in their government. Go out there and organize. Go out there and try to talk to people. Get into political conversations. Go out there to the blogs. Go out there to the chat rooms, the forums. Go out there and try to convey and make the contradictions of this liberal and feminist doctrine apparent. I mean, they're apparent to us, folks, because we're true conservatives, we're true American patriots out here, but the contradictions of liberalism and feminism aren't apparent to these ridiculous minions of these morons because they don't want to see it. They don't want to see it. They've already dedicated all their emotion and all their energy into this ridiculous nonsense of liberalism and feminism, and lo and behold, when they see one contradiction, two contradictions, three contradictions, they don't want to see it. They don't even want to acknowledge it. They don't even accept it as fact, even though you have documented evidence stating that, hey, it's a fact, you stupid liberal long hair. So, folks, I'm telling you this right now. If you are an American and if you love America, if you appreciate this country, you need to participate in this damn government. Don't fall into the hoopla that this damn mainstream media is trying to shove down our holes, that the first 100 days of this liberal regime in office has somehow been, you know, some sort of a gravy train. I mean, folks, there has been some ridiculous, unscrupulous activity that has been partook in this ridiculous regime here. A lot of, you know, slipping in amendments and bills and, you know, trying to make them into law type of thing. I mean, folks, if I were you, keep your eye on all the bills on any subcommittee, any committee. Take a look at those bills, folks, because if you don't, you're not going to see these amendments that they're going to throw underneath the table at the last minute, like the fairness doctrine or any of these other crackpipe ideas like amnesty for illegal immigrants and all this other malarkey. We're not going to see it coming. We're not going to see it coming whatsoever. Anyway, folks, I want to hear from you. 646-652-4869 is the number to call. We don't have any callers here, and it seems to me like everybody is kind of dropping out. We've got a few people listening in a live broadcast. But I'll tell you why nobody's listening in right now, because everybody's got to probably look for a job. I mean, we just talked about today the GDP lost 6% of its value. I'm talking about the American GDP. I'm not talking about the French or any of these other stupid countries that we're used to hearing that type of economic numbers for. This is America. And we're still waiting on the unemployment numbers to see if we've hit another unemployment precedent. We've averaged about 600,000 people being unemployed. each month. As each month goes by, it's 600,000, 650,000, 600-something thousand. We already heard today that Clear Channel Communications, which is based out of here in Texas, they're going to lay off about, what is it, 700 people, 750 people. And they're also talking about getting rid of disc jockeys and all that sort of nonsense, folks. So it's not just unskilled labor. I mean, you got white-collar jobs. You got ass clowns that were pretentious assholes, with all due respect, that were, thought that their crap didn't stink because they drove around in a Mercedes and they were a big-time disc jockey or a writer or a lawyer. They're now out here in this economy without a job. They're out of work. And they have to go into the same employment sector as these illegal immigrants that have taken every job from America. And I'm telling you, folks, you heard today in the press conference with the president, he is going to initiate an amnesty bill, all right? He is going to somehow release some sort of amnesty bill that is going to give every illegal immigrant that's in this country citizenship. Excuse me, folks. I mean, of course, I am under the weather here. It's not swine flu for all these people that are out here on the damn chat room saying, "Oh, Ghost, you got swine flu. You got to help yourself." The bottom line is, folks, is that we got to take responsibility. That's all we got to do. Take responsibility. All right, we're going to take a caller here, 615. You're on the air.
Yeah, I think the swine flu is a good thing.
Oh, yeah? How do you think the swine flu is a good thing?
Because it's going to attack the people that, like swine, like black people.
Oh, give me a break. Get this stupid lick. Get him off! You see, folks, here we go again. More liberal agitation, all right? I'm telling you this right now. You're going to hear these racial slurs and all these ass clowns calling up trying to get racial, because they're trying to take me off the air, folks. For all you folks that haven't listened in on a consistent basis, they're trying to take me off the air. They're riding the network to try to take me off the air based on these ridiculous little nonsense calls that they try to call up and initiate this type of racial malarkey. But I just want you all just to kind of disregard that from your conscience and just continue on with the discourse here. Now, moreover, on Obama's 100th day, we have Arlen Specter. Arlen Specter trying to say that he is going to run for re-election under the Democratic moniker. He gave the Republican Party the middle finger, but folks, I mean, didn't you see that coming? I mean, I'm surprised that he still was able to get the nomination to be the chairman of that committee during the Bush administration. He shouldn't have got it. Well, what does this mean, folks? Well, this means that this Arlen Specter, Benedict Arnold situation that this imbecile did, it gives the liberal regime in power that much more of a closer 60-vote override filibuster vote, so to speak, which means they have to have 60 votes to override a filibuster by anybody who tries to, filibuster any of this malarkey that the liberal regime is trying to initiate, which means whatever they say goes. So if you think it's bad now, all right, you just wait till you just wait, folks. It's just going to get even worse. And I'm not trying to be a hyper-sensationalist here, but it's getting pretty bad out here. And I can't believe that, what is the Republican Party doing, for heaven's sake? What are they doing with themselves? They're messing around with this Tea Party crap, and how far is that getting them? I know I've taken a lot of heat from all those teabaggers out there because I'm not respectful of this ridiculous supposed artificial movement. But folks, I mean, the Republican Party needs to reestablish themselves if they have any kind of, if they think that they're going to have any kind of impact for 010. And that's why, for all the listeners that are listening to the True Conservative radio program, I urge you to go out there and vote for anybody Mickey Mouse, for heaven's sake. Vote for Yosemite Sam. It doesn't matter. I don't care if whoever is put in office is some dumb, half-a-tard, Down syndrome-ridden, drooling idiot. I don't care. Probably be a better job than we've seen here in this present-day society. We've seen our politicians, the people that are supposed to be representing you and I, sell us out. Sell us out right from underneath our noses. Sell us out with these ridiculous bills that they pass and the amendments that they add to those bills. They've sold us out, folks. And you see, you've got this liberal and feminist romanticism, this political romanticism that's anesthetized the people. I mean, have you seen or heard any response by the people out here? I mean, let's be frank, folks. The American public sucks. I've said it, and I'm going to continue to say it. The American public is filled with a bunch of ignorant, stupid, ridiculously pathetic people. And what's unfortunate is that the majority of America are a bunch of screw-ups. I mean, let's be honest about it. The majority of America are a bunch of screw-ups out here. What do I mean by that? Well, why do you think the Democrats and the liberal regime took into power? Because they pandered for more entitlements. They pandered for more tax breaks for these idiots that were out here that screwed up their lives. And that's how they won their way to power.
Oh, it's okay. Oh, you had about 4 or 5 children from 4 or 5 different partners? Oh, it's okay.
Excuse me. Folks, this is not America anymore, folks. That's why I get jaded. That's why I got jaded the last show, and frankly, I'm getting a little damn jaded at this show. I'm getting a little damn jaded, folks, because I don't think anybody cares. I don't think anybody cares about America anymore. We shouldn't even call this America. You know, we should call this the United States of idiots. That's what we should be called, the United States of morons. Because that's what we are. We don't know what America means anymore. If we knew what America means, we would be fighting for this crap. We'd be participating in this government, but we're not. We're not. And it's a shame, folks. It's a damn shame that we're not doing a damn thing to help anything, to help anybody, to help our country. I'm not screw the screw-ups, all right? I'm talking about helping America. Where nobody cares. Nobody cares. And I'm not trying to be, critical against America. I know there's a lot of people that are going to use this and say that I'm, against America, I'm a bad man, I'm a bad this, I'm a bad that, whatever the case might be. But you could go ahead and take that and shove it up your ass, all right? I mean, I do this show, folks. Let me tell you something. I do this show out of heart. I mean, I was a conservative. I'm still a conservative, damn it. I mean, I'm a damn true conservative. But, folks, the more and more I walk outside my house, the more and more I see the sour scowls that wander the streets of America, the more and more I see the single women that are out here, just pushing around about 7 or 8 kids so they can spend their government subsidy at the grocery store. The more and more I see this crap, the more and more I see this filth, this disgusting disgrace, it makes me sick. How did we get this way, folks? Are you happy about this, folks, for real? I mean, I want you to dig deep. I want you to dig deep inside your soul and ask yourself, is this what we are, folks? Nothing but a bunch of decadent, materialistic dumbasses? Is that what America is, folks? Answer me! Because I'm starting to believe it, folks. I'm starting to believe that America, and I'm not talking about the country of America. I'm not talking about the history of America. We have a great history. We have a history of honor, of valor, of intelligence, of innovation. That's what America used to be about. We used to be about independence and individualism and freedom. That's what America used to be about. What are we about now, folks? What are we about now? We're a bunch of selfish, decadent, materialistic heathens. We're animals. If these morons in America, for some reason, if this economy really collapses, folks, if this economy really collapses, I'm telling you, these people in America are going to act like 28 Weeks Later. That movie, 28 Weeks Later, where these idiots are zombies and they're eating people. That's what these people are going to do. They're going to come out there and they're going to eat you. Because they can't have materialism anymore. Because they can't be decadent anymore. Their stupid, pathetic Hollywood dreams are ruined. And folks, that's what people are living for. That's what people are living for right now. They're living for some Hollywood pipe dream that doesn't exist. And folks, I'm telling you this right now. You are going to see the destruction of America because of our own ignorance, because we are stupid. And with that same regard, folks, if we're that stupid, well, then maybe we do deserve to be led around by the nose, don't we? I've been doing this damn web show for 2 years. And does anybody give a rat's ass? No! Does anybody take the conservative commentary that I project on this program and use it to save this country? No! They just sit on their fat asses and not do a damn thing while this country is being flushed down the toilet. You know, sometimes I have conversations with my significant other, with my wife. And she asks me all the time, you know, is it worth this? I mean, you know, you got a torn voice box, high blood pressure problem. I mean, I know, you know, that I have beliefs, and I know that I feel strongly about something, but is it worth it? You know, that's what my wife keeps asking me, is it worth it? These people don't want to be helped. You people don't want to be helped. You people want to be in some sort of authoritarian crap. You people want this crap, and you're disgusting. You're filth. That's why I say if you're collecting an entitlement, if you're a single parent, if you're one of these idiots that is basically entertaining this whole liberal and feminist option, then you're the problem. There's nobody that gives a crap about America anymore. I don't even understand why I continue to do this show, folks. The only reason I did this program this evening was because I want to let everybody know to get off their high horses with this ridiculous swine flu crap. And you know what? If it is a pandemic, and if it does off a whole bunch of people, who cares? Who cares at this point? I mean, this country is filled with nothing but a bunch of morons. So, folks, you go out there and you continue living your stupid lives. You continue to live your Hollywood pipe dreams. You continue to do that because I'll tell you this right now, Ghost has just about had it. Ghost has just about had it here. I've got this stupid, ridiculous blog talk radio network, you know, threatening me, taking me off the air, giving me no props whatsoever, no credibility whatsoever. I've got, you know, stupid ass clowns from women's groups to liberal groups trying to take me off the air just because I don't agree with their stupid political persuasion out here. I get death threats. I get slanderous lies. I get despicable, ridiculous crap written about me all over the internet. And for who? For what? It's not like anybody out there is listening. You're not listening out there. You're not listening. Makes me sick. Makes me sick to my stomach. God! 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 Get the crap out of here. I don't even know why I'm doing this show anymore, folks. As a matter of fact, you know what? I might not even do a show anymore. You know that? I might not even do a show anymore, because why should I? Huh? Why should I? What have I done? I've been doing this for 2 years, and what has everybody done? Nothing. You call up my show and you prank call me. You prank call me and you try to say racial slurs on my program. You try to make my program look like a ridiculous sideshow. Absolutely not, folks. Absolutely not. This is America, huh? This is America. Huh? I mean, this is the new idea. Huh? Single-parent families are the majority of the day. Huh? It's a shame, man. It's a shame. Anyway, folks, I'm going to cut this show short. All right, there's 4 minutes here left in this program. I know that I was supposed to broadcast for 2 hours, but I just don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. I mean, I'm just disgusted. I mean, this is a disgrace. I mean, the generations that have been born within the past 2-3 generations are a disgrace to the generation that gave us this country. I'm talking about the people that fought world wars, civil wars, revolutionary wars. All right, what we're doing right now is a disgrace to their memory, and you should all be ashamed of yourselves, all of you. And whatever happens, okay, folks, whatever happens, if we turn into some sort of authoritarian, socialistic nonsense, all right, if we turn into Big Brother, a Brave New World, whatever, in 1984, whatever we turn into, hey, don't bitch and complain about it. Because you allowed this to happen, folks. We are at the final stages of the remnants of the Constitution, the remnants of our rights. And if you want to sit there and just go ahead and just, oh, it's okay, everything's going to be all right, well, you go ahead and do that. I'm not going to do, I don't get paid for this crap, folks. All right? I don't get paid for this crap. I know that Blog Talk Radio Network talks a big game, like, oh, we'll split the cost 50-50. Oh yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks for $2. Yeah, thanks, buddy. So, folks, I'm not doing this for the money. I haven't given myself high blood pressure problems for the money. I haven't sat here and torn my voice box for this program for the money. I have done this in hopes of getting some of you idiots out there, all right? And if you're taking offense for me calling you an idiot, well, tough titty. Go out there and prove me wrong. But you idiots are out there not participating in this government. You people are idiots. You're morons. You can't even read the writing on the wall, folks. I have called countless prognostications, folks. You could go look back in the archive and take a look at all the things I predicted that were going to happen that have come to pass. And why did I do that? Is it because I'm a psychic? No. Is it because I'm some sort of political prophet? No. It's because it's common sense, morons. It's common freaking sense. And it seems that common sense has waved the American people bye-bye long ago. So, folks, I don't know when the hell I'm going to do another broadcast. I don't know even if I'm going to do another broadcast. I don't know. But, folks, until then, I hope that you all don't get hit up with any kind of ridiculous nonsense like any kind of swine flu. I hope nothing but the best for you and your family. But, folks, if you're not going to do nothing to help yourself, then don't cry when the shit hits the fan, folks. Don't cry, all right? I mean, you hear all these people, pissing and moaning that, oh, our rights are taken away, and you got these Tea Party-ass clowns being led around by the same idiots that are running the Wall Street game out here. I mean, it's just stupid. It's stupid, folks. No wonder we're in the situation we're in, folks. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. I know that this wasn't a very good show, folks, and I mean the past 2 shows haven't been very good because I'm just jaded, man. I'm jaded. I just don't think anybody gives a crap. And they don't. They don't care. So, folks, I'm going to stop caring. You know what? Y'all want to live in this liberal and feminist America? Fine. If you think single-parent families are great, fine. All right? If you think children becoming a bunch of sexual deviants is great, fine. I'm out of here. Death to feminism.
Boar's Head is bringing a slice of Japan to the deli. Introducing Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. Tender, slow-roasted chicken breast, coated in our signature teriyaki glaze, where ginger, garlic, and a hint of brown sugar meet for a flavor that's both sweet and savory. New Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. The bold flavor of Japan. Now at the deli. Only from Boar's Head. Compromise elsewhere.